Great. You're now
Yes.
live. Hello.
Now, is there nobody else is here yet? We're waiting
Yeah.
for everybody to comment. What's up here? Live. Let's go to here. Device. Open chat. Here we go. Wait for people to come in.
Yes. So I think you're doing well. Finally, you're live. Great.
Now, somewhere here I can share my screen. Where do I go to share my screen? Is that one down the bottom?
Yes. So at the bottom, you have this two
bottom
screen.
left.
So you can always share your screen from there.
Share your screen. That's what I wanted to do when I get to my screen.
Yes.
No, not that one. I've got to put this down. I've got to get on to over here. Restore. And Moringa City. No. My drive. Moringa Hub. Hold on. Downloads. Presentations. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Right. I'm here. Is anybody else on?
I'm here. I can only see two people on live now.
Yeah, that's you and me.
Yes.
And I want to go here. Your entire screen, your application window. Okay. This is the one. And I've got to find the other thing. Okay. Right, we're waiting for somebody to come.
Well, currently Raj is online.
Hmm?
Raj, Raj is online and he sends us a hello.
Hello. Okay. I'll just stop sharing the window now. That's what I've needed to find out. So who is 3 people? Yes.
Yes.
And how do I find out the people who's here? Call. See call participants. Okay.
So yeah, I think also Joshua is online, but he said he can't see us, so I don't know which of the platforms he's using.
Yeah, well, I wasn't. Oh, I had my screen showing just before, so I wasn't showing yet. See call participants. Okay. Hello.
So I think so far as the presentation is going to be also available for people to watch, I think it is smart to just go ahead and then
Yeah.
people can watch along as they join,
Mhm.
so that
Right.
we don't end up spending too much time waiting on other people to join.
Right. Yes, that sounds fair enough. Um. Right. We are live, aren't we?
We are definitely we are.
2
I
people
have
here.
multiple screens, so I'm able to monitor as well as being part of the presentation. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Oh, look, I can see people. Okay,
yeah.
I can
So
see.
I can see, and then
And
if there are comments, I can also pass it to you.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for coming. I see a few people here now. I can hear you clearly from the US, says Mignon. And Hemant says going good. Good, good, good. Right. Am I starting? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Well,
Go ahead.
I will first off show my screen, show the screen that what I want to show. Um, application window and this one. And this is what I am going to go through. Okay. I can't see where that's coming up. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I am. Yeah, at the moment, seeing. I'm sharing my screen, but let me see. Oh yeah, I can see your screen now. It
Is it
takes time.
showing? Is it showing full?
Yes, it's showing full.
Okay, because it's not showing full on mine. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so let me go and I'll read what I'm reading. Right. Now this is my outline for the presentation.
Right.
And it's about getting your Moringa products online. Do you have great Moringa products but not sure how to sell them online? In this presentation, you will learn how to prepare your products to sell online, then where to sell them, and this includes. So we're going to start with how to take quality, talking about, I'll do a rundown first, how to take quality product photos, how to
I
write.
think, yeah, so let's take it one topic at a time, please.
Okay, we'll go for the product photos. Okay, we'll
Yes.
go from, okay. Now, when we take a photo of our Moringa products, we want it to look nice. And firstly, I've got a few examples of some good Moringa products to show you. We've got to look firstly, choose a nice background. And we will go here. And I'm going to show this slideshow, and we'll just talk about it as we go.
Yes.
Okay. Now here's some examples of some nice ones, and see how this one here, it's got using a mat, some moringa leaves at the back. This one uses a mirror underneath the product, which is a good idea. So choosing a nice background, a wooden, something rustic. It depends on the product that you've type of product you've got and what you want to do. Here's another one, and that looks very rustic. Remember to use your moringa leaves. It's great. And another white background is good. You can use white paper or something stark white. Another white background. Use your moringa leaves. Now for something for your beauty products, satin. Get some satin, scrunch it up. That's a nice idea to make things look elegant. It's another. And I'll just go through plain coloured background. That is an elegant satin finish. And to present all, this is beautifully done by Plush Organics. And I like them in that. So just use your imagination. Don't want to. And then I want to go over here back to where I was. Lost my notes. And the next tip is using a soft natural light. Don't use your harsh sunlight. I'll get back onto my thing. Go back to the screen. Application window here. Okay. So the other tips I want to share, use a soft natural light, don't put it out in the sun, harsh sunlight, strong indoor lights, don't use. You can try taking them outside in a well-lit area or inside near a window and have a soft curtain over the window. And so there's nice, even light coming through on the products. And I'd say just experiment with your camera, whether you've got a normal camera or a phone camera. You can do lots of things. Experiment, get to know your camera. And as I've said, I've showed you some examples of some nice things. I'm wondering if there's any questions there. I'll get back. And here. It's okay. Right. Are we all going okay? Hello?
You're doing right. You're doing all right.
Oh, okay. I haven't done this before, so I hope it's all going fine.
You're doing perfect, so don't worry.
Thank you. And next I want to talk about, so go over here, share. Now I've just sort of written some notes here. There's some links. I'm going to share this document with everybody. Writing a good description product, a good product description when you're put your products up for sale, it's good to have a good description. And I found a few articles on telling you how. So I'll share this link, and you can have a look through and read through that. That helps you to understand. She's given 8 tips here. Am I showing my screen?
Yes, you're sharing your screen, all right.
Okay, yeah. 8 tips. She says, know who your target audience is. Focus on the product's benefits. Tell the full story. Use natural language and tone. Use power words that sell. Make it easy to scan, so people who scan their computers through the screens through quickly, they can get a good grasp of what it is. Optimize it for search engines and use good product images. And next we want to go to, I've lost my page. No, lost where I was. Okay, we just got to get out of that. Here we go. That's where it was. Now, and there's I've got another link here, how to write a good promo, how to write a good meta description to appear in search engines. A meta description is that description you see when you go for a Google search and it has a description there. If you have a good meta description, it'll help to drive traffic to your site. So I'll just share those. I'll give you those links. Where can you sell? You can sell on social media, on your Facebook profile, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, your own website, eBay, Amazon, Alibaba, Gumtree. And then one thing we've got to share about is Moringa City online marketplace, which is a new marketplace we've set up for vendors to sell their products online. So that's what we'll get on to in the next. How am I going?
You're doing great.
Okay, I'm going to get out of that now. Right. It's not showing full here. Is anyone else able to chat, or we can just
I think the main thing is that you finish up with your presentation, and
yes.
When people follow up with questions, we will definitely look into them.
Right. Okay. Now, I want to share something with you all, and I will go over here to
Please check your microphone. I'm not sure if
okay.
yeah.
Not
Okay,
hearing?
good. I can hear you now.
I can hear me now. Okay. Here we share. I'm going to share my screen again. You're now sharing your screen. Now we've taken you to our new Moringa City vendor website. So a marketplace where which is open for vendors to put their products on. We've started with Girlies products. Let's go here. Oh, my computer's going slow. Now, Elizabeth, who is in Austria, from Ghana, we have her products here on the site. And here are some of the featured products. So we're only just starting this, and we're waiting for others to join us in and to be able to sell your products here. Hope you. Now, we want to talk about how to become a vendor. So if you've got, this is a new opportunity for you. If you've got value added Moringa products that you want to sell, you can apply to register as a vendor on Moringa City. If you are sell bulk products, we can sell them for you. And so you can let us know if you're interested. No video. Okay. So here we go. We'll just do this run through on how to register as a vendor. Okay. Where did I get that? And it's pretty simple to Can I just share that with you? I just don't know. Oh, sorry. Application. Now vendors can come to the site. The link is here, www.moringacity.biz. The first page that you open on, you click on the vendor application up the top, or down the bottom is a vendor application. And this takes you to the next page where you need to read the um, through the requirement list, then the terms and conditions. Read this, then click the apply button down here. This takes you to the registration page. Fill in your username, enter your email address, and then it tells you will get a checkbox, a email with a verification code that you put back up here. Then you can continue on, fill in the form, register, wait for an email confirmation, and then you'll see the email there. Click on the link, and then you're ready to go, ready to set up. There will pop up this setup wizard, which is optional, or once you've registered, admin will be in touch to help you with your store and to add products. Now I think I'm done with that, what I wanted to share.
Okay.
I hope it was clear. How did we go?
Yes, it was okay, and I think the part that is not, when people ask questions, we can clarify those ones. So yeah, don't worry. I think it's good.
I'll let Clement do it now because that was the first time I've ever done anything like that, and I'm not sure.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yes, technology world and so many things go so fast, you cannot know everything. So yeah,
But
we appreciate.
I'll give you that copy of that. I'll leave that in the link in the chat here.
Yes,
Open
definitely.
chat.
We'll share some links with other people through
Yes,
the link through Joshua. So please keep looking through the comment section for any links and stuff
I'll add
like that.
those links now.
Yes, excellent.
Let me do this. Nice link here. Share. Share. Copy this link. Oh. That is a copy of that document I shared of my presentation. This is a copy of I've lost everything here now.
Okay, so let me just rephrase some of the comments and the ideas that we're just talking about. We're talking about um, how to mix moringa with technology, and over the past couple of minutes, um, we've basically been discussing e-commerce. So how do you put your products online? So basically, that is what we've been discussing. For those of you who are just joining us, um, Jeanette has been taking us through making good pictures, making sure you have a good background, making sure that your pictures are taken in a quite a lightened area, And then she gave us a one-time special offer to the Moringa City platform, which belongs to basically all Moringa lovers. And I
Yes.
think this is an opportunity for anyone who has products in Moringa to take advantage of it. I know that you may not be able to have the time and the resource and all the things that it needs to come together to build your own e-commerce website, and Moringa City is for that purpose. So once you put your products there, the admins will take care of the rest. So that is the great advantage of it. I know as a web developer and as a website person, um, I know the headaches that it takes to even manage a shop, and to have
Yeah.
Moringa come to this, to the aid of most people who do not have that time. So trust me, it is a good platform. I'm going to be putting my products there very soon. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to do that, but definitely I'm sure the admins have already sent me data and information to be able to do that. So please, if you are out there, you want to get your Moringa to the global market and you do not know how to do that, don't let your Moringa be sitting at your home. Have it posted on the Moringa City website platform and let it do the business for you. So my name is Clement Matorwmasen, and you've been speaking with Jeanette, and we've been discussing mixing Moringa with technology. Now, um, as we are discussing more of the
That's
e-commerce
what it.
which Janet has been taking care of, I will be coming a little bit to answer some of the questions that some viewers have asked about processing machines and dryers and all that. So I will be taking care of that section. But for now, if you have comments or questions, please drop them in the comment section. We will love to answer some of your questions. We don't know everything, so if we cannot get the answer for you now, we'll definitely get it back to you shortly after the presentation. So some people are asking to put your products on the Moringa City website. How much will it cost? So Janet, I think if you can answer that.
Well, for it's in the where are we? It's we've for Moringa Africa Moringa Hub members who've paid their member registration. We take 10% commission, and for the non-members, it is, what is it, 15 or 20? 15 or 20%. That's generally the general go of things, and we will talk to each vendor individually to make
A special plan.
a special plan for each one, and we can discuss depending on how many products you have and the volume, etc. So I think we'll take it on an individual basis, and we'll make a special plan for each one who's on there. We haven't got that many at this point, so to start with, we'll talk to each one individually.
Yeah. So some members are asking, does it matter where you live? If
No,
you're going to subscribe, does it matter where you live?
no, I don't think so. Does it, Joshua? I don't think Joshua's here, is he? Or is not talking? He's not live with us. I mean, not. Um, yeah, no, it doesn't matter where we live. How much for membership? Moringa, where membership is $25 a year. Okay. We'll share the link to become a member of Africa Moringa Hub, so I'll share that link with everyone directly. When we're finished, I'll share all these things. I'll have to make a note of that.
Okay, great.
What
So
else have
yeah,
we
the
got?
African Moringa Hub is there for all members of Africa, and actually, it's now going way beyond Africa. So please join the group. There's a ton of resources, ton of expertise, ton of people ready to help you in your Moringa journey. whether you're a consumer, you're a producer, you're just a farmer, whatever you are in a moringa value chain, you are important. And I think that is one of the reasons why we put together this kind of, let's say, webinars or presentations, so that we get our voice out there, that there are lots of people behind the moringa value chain, and we cannot remain isolated and quiet in our own small ways. We need to be connected, because without being connected, there's a lot of people doing things in isolation and their products are not going out. So we want to make sure that your voice comes out, and that's why Moringa City is there for you. It's not just an individual place, it's a place for everyone who wants to sell moringa. Please go out there, and there's also a lot of tons of resources that you can read about, especially through the Africa Moringa Hub. So I encourage listeners, people who are interested in moringa production, to check it out. We are more than happy to help you in your journey of moringa. So yeah, as Jeanette is waiting for more questions to come in, I will take us to the next phase of our presentation, which is going to be about mainly moringa processing, moringa production, moringa machines, and stuff like this. So I will just make quick dive into it. I do not want to waste too much time, because yeah, most questions have not come up very much about too much of all the specific processing machines, but I will try to give a general understanding of especially what I have known, what I've been used to, what I've been using, and what has worked for me. So basically, I'm going to share my experience with you. So then we're going to be looking at what are the processing machines that we can use for basic, from basic dryers to medium size dryers to large scale dryers. We're going to be looking at some filtering systems, some storage systems, and then we're going to be talking about testing and certifications, because these are part of the production line. And definitely we'll be sharing some few of this with you as we look at some of the questions that come in. So now to go directly to my presentation, which is going to be talking about basic drying systems. Drying systems, especially for moringa leaves, is one of the most difficult aspects of moringa production, generally because there's a lot of factors that will go into processing. You look at the time frame, from the time when you're harvesting it from the farm. What time are you even harvesting it? When you harvest it, what protocols that they have to go through before you get into the end part of it, which is going to be the the storage. And then, so basically, your dryer options can vary so much that I cannot be specific now what type you should use. If you're just doing moringa at home, if you have a clean floor, a clean table, a clean environment where you know there's no contamination, you can just dry your moringa in on a table, a clean table, or with a mat or something like this, and just allow the normal temperature, and then make sure maybe there's enough ventilation in the room. The one thing you should know about moringa is that it must not be dried in the sun. Direct sunlight will damage your moringa. Now, moringa has a lot of vitamin A, and once your moringa begins to change from the green color to brownish, then you know that you're losing your vitamin A. So it's as simple as that. If your moringa begin to change color from green to brown, then you know you're losing vitamin A. So basically, there is no science to it, so that you say, oh, it is a special thing. Um, somebody will ask, if your moringa is changing from green to brown, does it mean it's wasted? No, it's not wasted. It just means you're losing more of vitamin A, but all the essential minerals are still there. So um, you can still use it. Just that, of course, if you're focused on vitamin A as an essential ingredient, then you should understand that drying moringa in a uh, open UV area will damage some of the nutrients that you have. So basically, that is your drying choices must make sure that it's not in the direct sunlight. That's basically it. The second is that um, do not allow it to be clustered for a long time. If you allow it to cluster for a long time with too much moisture, it will generate mold. And once it generates mold, fungus will start to operate. So you do not want that. So spread it out evenly, make sure there's enough ventilation in the room, and then make sure there's some sort of heating system happening there, and then you are basically good to go. Um, for people who want to do a bit of a medium size scale, because I just spoke about drying it in a room temperature, small room area, for people who are just doing it for their homes. But if you're doing it for the large scale, I would not recommend you do it in the room area because there's a high tendency of contamination. It also there's also yeah, your production will be stocked along the way. So it's very important that you try to basically cut down your enough the contamination as much as possible. Basically, that's for me. That's the most important thing, that you do not put it in a place that is contaminated. So it's well cleaned up. You have your nice hair gear, you're protected, especially in these times of COVID. Make sure your face cover, you have enough protective gear, and it's not an exposed area where people pass or there's too much air stuff coming inside, and then you're good to go. If you will just even put it in a room and put up a fan that will circulate enough air, I think you're in good business. The best will be if you have air coming from the down that goes to the top, and that way you have the cool air coming from the bottom of the system, and then going through the leaves and sending the heat up. That way you can easily have it dried. If you have a system like that, you can have moringa dried between 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours. You should have your moringa dried. So um, I do not have companies that I can recommend at this moment specifically for building dryers. So I wouldn't want to, put myself into trouble and recommend specific companies. But I will say that if you go online, there are so many of these companies out there who will be willing to, give you quotations on some dryers. What type of dryers should you look for? I would say you should look for the solar tunnel dryers. The solar tunnel dryers are your best options when it comes to uh, drying moringa, especially in our African settings. The solar tunnel dryer is your best option. I just shared it with you in the screen. Some of the types of dryers that we use, and I would say that um, yes, the room drying is available. Some even do it on very large scale, or what we call the horizontal drying. Um, then we have the solar tunnel dryers. Now, so far, the solar tunnel dryers seems to be the best option when it comes to drying moringa. The main thing is it's expensive, and also yeah, the technicality of keeping contamination out of it is requires a lot of discipline from the producer. So I would look at that. There are other solar dryers. There are smaller versions of it. I think when you go online, you can check it out. I think, yes. So Jeanette is sharing a similar solar dryer. Now,
Yes,
there
I've
are,
got that.
yes, thank you. So
Yes,
like as you can see from Jeanette sharing, what Jeanette is sharing with us is a solar dryer. It's not necessarily a solar tunnel dryer, but it's a solar dryer that works for medium scale, medium to small scale to medium scale people who are doing small production. So from, let's say, 1 up to 5 kilos, 10 kilos, it can handle it depending on the size of your dryer. But if you want to do mass production, then you have the big solar tonneau dryer, which uses the UV protective sheets. And that is a bit expensive. So please, if you're, depending on your business size, you can look at the option. We also have the dehydration machines, which uses electricity. Of course, for Africa, this is not so much of the best option due to the fact that we have consistent light of, and it uses so much power that, yeah, I don't know how economical it will be. So my best recommendation is look into the solar tunnel dryers, because they will be your best bet when it comes to the type of dryer, and especially Africa where we have so much sun. I would recommend looking into the solar tunnel dryers. I have used a small dryer. I've used different types of dryer. There's even other type of dryers that I use. I've tried. It's metallic dryers that you have the uh, plastic polish sheets. So it's built like a small oven. Yeah, there are many of them out there. Like I said, the choice is yours, and it depends also on your the financial capabilities. On my screen, I was just sharing with you. You can see some DIY homemade dryers that we have designed. If you go onto our Green Gold SE page on Facebook, you will see the video version. You can try to replicate sim. It's a very simple dryer, and of course, if you want, you can also contact me. I will give you basic dimensions and basic details about how to build it for yourself. But this is basically for home drying, and nothing sophisticated, nothing difficult. You can do it as yourself. So in terms of drying, the choice is yours. If you are just starting, I would recommend you find a small area within your house with enough ventilation and not too much contamination, and then you focus on that. One of the main problems of moringa testing, especially, is E. coli, because there's if you have an open area, you have a high potential to have E. coli in your moringa product, and that is every producer's nightmare. So basically, I would recommend that you try as much as possible. If your product is going to go out there into the international market, make sure that first and foremost you put all the hygiene in place to protect your product, and especially also your brand, so that you do not have contamination in the process of producing. Now, that is on the processing side. Now, somebody is asking about the milling. Milling. When you are finished drying your moringa, it has to be milled. You have to turn it into fine powder. Now, that is another problem. That is another major problem, because milling has to be done in an enclosed and very hygienic environment. And I do not recommend the homemade steel grinders in our various homes in Africa. The one we use in milling our corn and our no, I don't recommend that. One is that, you know, when steel brushes over steel, it leaves particles behind. So most of our food that we eat in Africa, I would say, is contaminated with a lot of metals. So if you really want to do the international standard of production, do not go in for this these steel grinders, because they will rub each other and leave you so much metal particles. So the best option is a hammer mill. A hammer mill. I do not have a picture of a hammer mill here, but you can go online and check it out. Um, the another way is the local way of pounding it. When you have a mortar and a pestle and you try to crush it. Now, you also have to take into consideration the grading of the type of leaves you want. The grading of the leaves, because some will tell you that we want to use it for leaves, so we do not want it to be too fine. So if you grind it too much of a powder, basically is useless for people who are going to use it, especially for tea purposes. So it is important for you to also know the needs of the clients or the customer. What are they going to use it for, so that when you are mailing it, you mail it according to the grade of the client and not just make a general mail. So hammer mills will be your best option when it comes to grinding. And I would say that if you are doing on a local scale, a small scale, also consider just using we will say a mortar and a pestle, and then just crush it into smaller bits. The other part that is difficult is storage. Storage is one major problems that most people struggle with when it comes to moringa, but it doesn't have to be so. If you have the option of having um, a sanction uh, packaging system where you suck all the air out of the package before you store it, that will be the best. But of course, in most homes, we may not have this option. There is another option where when you dry it so fine, when you dry it properly, you can actually package it and seal it off in a plastic container and then put it in a freezer. Now, a lot of people think, why would you put it in a freezer? When you put it in a freezer, your moringa can last for 3-4 years without even changing color. Now that is another thing, but depending on how effective your fridge your fridge is, so I may not be able to tell you, but um, yes, if you have a closed container, there are some storage containers out there for herbs. Look out for that, research on that. I cannot be specific on the type of storage for you because I don't know the situation in which you are, but I will normally recommend that you put it in a sealed bag and store it in a place where there is no sunlight. That is the key. You need to make sure that your moisture content is reduced, not beyond 5, I think. Um, if it's possible to do it less, because once there's moisture in your moringa, you are likely to also have contamination and molds. So it is best to make sure that your moringa is well dried before you store it, because once you don't store it properly, dry it properly, even if you store it, no matter how good you store it, it will mold. Yeah, so basically that is that on the drying side. Definitely I'll answer your questions as they come along, but for now, that's on the drying side um, of things. So if you have questions, please, send them in the comment section. We will try to address them as we go. Some people are asking questions about why do some moringa powder change color to brown after 6 months of production? Yes, um, there are quite a number of reasons. First and foremost, that either it's not properly dried or it is being exposed to sunlight. So that's one of the two reasons. The other part of it is that once there is some form of ventilation going into the package, there's high tendency to change to brown. Now, is it actually bad that the moringa changes color? It's the question of the client's demand. Because some clients will want it to maintain this green color, others will say, no, we want it however it is. Now, when the moringa changes color to brown, is like I said before, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has gone bad. Sometimes it's just an indication that you have had some level of sunlight into the area where the package is, which is why it is remaining. It has gone brown. And does it mean that the moringa is no use anymore? No, it just means that it's losing the vitamin A aspects of the nutrition, but the other nutrition may even be higher or be contained. So please do not throw away your moringa just because the color changes brown. It sometimes may just be there's some UV coming into the area, and which is allowing it to change color to brown. So that is what I can say on that. Um, but of course, I do not have the absolute answer. So we can always send me your comments and if your learnings along the way, and I'll be glad to learn as well. Like I said, best way to store it if you do not want to change color is freeze it. Put it in a sealed plastic, try to suck all the air out. Make sure it's in a sealed plastic and freeze it. If you can do that, then it can last much longer. But of course, in our African settings where we have lights, orbs, and stuff like that, I don't know how effective that will be in terms of storage. So basically, that is on the storage side. So I'm gonna stop on the storage side and move on to oil press and then the filtering. So processing moringa into oil is, yeah, it can differ from one place to the next. If you have no resources at all, you can do it like I started with, when you by the way you process um, groundnuts into oil. I started, I think, way back in 2006, and the only way I could do it, because first of all, I didn't know better, and second, I didn't have the machines and resources. So basically, I would go and I would just crush the moringa seeds out, um, send it through like a fryer system, mill it, and then knead the oil out. Now that was tedious because those who know moringa, the more the seeds are one of the toughest materials. Once it stays for a long time, it begins to cake, and once it cakes, yeah, it becomes very difficult to knead. Now, I had to do that for a couple of years because I didn't have any other options. But that's one way to do it if you want to practice and see how if your moringa contains oil, you can knead it. Even if you just hold the seeds and try to squeeze it hard, you can see the option. The other way is using the hydraulic press machine. Now, when you look at online, you would see several hydraulic press machines that can give you the option to press the oil. So I cannot give you specific ones, but go online, you will see the option. Just check for hydraulic press machines for oil, especially moringa, and you should be able to find something that works. Now, my second option when I was looking through pressing was one company called Petiba. Unfortunately, I do not have any African-based company who have come up to say that we are creating this model of machine. So that is a huge um, gap in terms of the moringa value chain, especially machines that process moringa. So I will recommend that if you're out there and you're an engineer and you're a craftsman, This is one area you can look at that will help cover up for the Moringa value chain. That is the processing machines. We do not have them. In fact, almost everyone I know who is into Moringa processing is buying their machines from China or Europe. Majority of them. So this is a big value chain, the gap, and we need to cover it up. So many guys can look it up. If you do not want, if you want to get engaged in Moringa but do not want to go into the production side, this is a very beautiful area to go into, and I'm sure many people will appreciate your innovations. Petiba was one of the first companies I went to because they have a hand um, press machine. And of course, people will ask what is the difference between this cold press and the hot press machine. Of course, it's subjected to debate, so I would not go there. But the main thing is that the cold press machines do not heat up the seats to a certain degree. But of course, almost all the machines that press will use some form of pressure, so it's subjected to like I said, debate. So um determining the type of machine you want to use, like I said, Petiba is one company that I know. I have bought products from them, but I'm not necessarily directly working with them, so I'm just giving you recommendations that I've worked with. The other company that I know is that is the oil press in Germany, who currently supply me the machines that I'm using for pressing oil. Most companies are very secretive about the type of machines they use for pressing oil. That is a fact all over Africa. Most people do not want to tell you even the type of machine they are using. So um, it's important for you to know that uh, right now, this is what I have found that has worked for me, and you can look out for them as well. But if you also know another company that does better, please recommend them. I have avoided putting on all the China based companies on this platform because so many people have complained that after a while they break down and they've not been sustainable. And of course, the whole China story, I don't know. I've not used them, and I cannot guarantee for them, or I can say anything. What I've used and it has worked are these two companies so far. And yeah, I will not say don't try other options, but I'm also open for your ideas. If you have other companies that are doing Moringa pressing, I'll be more than willing to learn from them and also to share their story with the rest of our members around the world. So basically, um, that is that on the presentation. In order not to prolong our presentation, I will um, for now pause here and then wait for the questions as they come in, and then we'll be glad to answer them as we go along, since our time is already far spent. So thank you very much. These are the basics for the questions that have come in. These are most of the answers I've provided, and if you do have any other questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time. Nate, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hang on.
Yes. So
It's
basically,
back on. Yes,
yeah.
I'm
So
here. I sat
yes.
quietly for a while.
I hope you didn't doze off.
No, no. So, yes, thank
So
you
yeah.
very much. It's been great. Um, Now, if anyone, can I say something about the Moringa City site? Anyone
Yes, please
interested?
go ahead.
You can inbox me, inbox Joshua, um, if you want to know anything about becoming a vendor on the site. or letting us sell your products for you. And we can discuss this with you in Facebook Messenger. Okay?
Yeah, I think someone asked a question about the variety of moringa, right?
Yes.
Somebody did ask a question about that.
Did you write that? You made a list of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I have that on the screen now. Let's see. So I have that on the screen now. Currently, we have about 13 known varieties now with very complicated botanical names. So for those who are interested in them, I have them on the screen. We will post it on the link for you to read. But of course, olifera and then the stenopella are the most popular ones out there that that we know. But of course, there are many other varieties, and as we shared, it's on the screen there. I will paste the the link the link on the comment section for people who want to read them. You're welcome to look at that. So I think these are all the questions that came through the platform, right?
Yes. Where are we? I'm getting back here. So,
All
I
right.
think that,
So we have Moringa oleifera, Arborea, Bosania. In order not to complicate myself and make stupid mistakes, I know of Stenopella and oleifera. The rest you can read for yourself.
yes. So,
So I will definitely share the link, the data, for viewers who wanna check it out. Yeah, I will share the data on the chat section of this call. Yeah. So are there any other questions that we haven't addressed so far? I'm not sure yet.
I think we're right.
Are there questions that we haven't answered?
I don't think there is. Yeah. Yes. And just to confirm that Moringa City is for all Moringa, for Moringa vendors, especially for those who have value-added products. Is you can have set up a store for the value-added products. If you're selling bulk products that where the price is negotiable, we can upload your products onto Moringa City store and sell them for you, sell your bulk products for you. So you need to just chat to us about doing that for you.
Yes.
Is that someone talking? We can close now. It's late. Yes. Okay.
So,
I think it's.
um, are we? Uh, yeah, I think we are basically done with our presentation because I haven't had any more questions coming in.
Mm,
Um, I wouldn't say we should continue because already also our time is exhausted.
yes.
But I like to say if you have any last words for the audience, please, this is the time. Share with them, and then as we prepare to close our presentation.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. God bless you. I'm going to go. I'm going to bed now. Okay. Good night.
Good night. All right. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to your comments, your questions, and we'll try to answer them even after the presentation. The presentation will definitely be available on the Africa Moringa Hub page. And
Thank you,
if you have any
Mignon.
questions, please go to the Moringa City page and website, and you'll get more details. God bless you and take care of yourselves. Stay safe.